thank and both invite our next speaker for the summit, Ilona Selke. Um, Ilona Selke, she is an international bestseller, best-selling author of several books. She has co-authored the best-selling book. I think you must have heard of this: Success Blueprint and The Big Secret. She's also the CEO of Living Room Vision, and she's built Shambhala Seminar Center in Bali, Indonesia. Today, she is here with us to speak on the topic, the deeper meaning of who I am. I invite Ilona Selke to disclose all the jewels of knowledge. Ilona Selke.
Thank you so much, John. Thank you, and welcome everybody. You can hear me, correct? Hi, Yasmin. I remember seeing you at the Pyramid in Bangalore. It was so awesome. Thank you so much for your wisdom, and thank you for everybody joining.
And I'm sorry to take your time. I'll leave you with everyone now, though.
Thank you. Bye bye. Thanks for having shared with us your wisdom. Bye. And John, for the beginning, I'd like to know what time frame that you're giving me, because I want to be sure to honor the timing of all the other speakers. What is that?
Ilona, you can take 15 minutes of time, including question and answer.
50, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, welcome everybody. Namaskar and bonjour. I see there are some French people. Guten Tag. I see some German people. Hallo. Frohen Advent. We have the 2nd of Advent in Germany right now that we're celebrating, the time leading up to Christmas. And I'm speaking to you here out of Shambhala Retreat Center in Bali. And with the words of Yasmin, I'd like to continue living in heaven on earth. And how do we do that? It relates to the question of who am I truly? And actually, I was going to call the talk, I am that, and the deeper meaning of I am that. And the way I like to talk is to make it experiential. So I'm going to guide us into silent inner exploration with a few guided meditation questions, and then also some explanation. You know, we are living in multiple states of awareness. We're not, like Yasmin also said, you know, we can be luminous, but we can also face sometimes challenging situations. And reality, as much as we might like to call it Maya, is simply Maya because it's the reflection of our internal state of consciousness and serves as the testing ground for evolution of our soul. So I'd like us to take a moment, first to go into the yogic breath, because that gets us the fastest into a guided meditation, into an internal quiet state of mind. I'd like us all to take a moment to review where we are now and to see what current state right now that you are experiencing as the I am, because that changes from moment to moment, right? But right now in life, what do you keep as your normal identity? And then also realizing that as we focus, so things become. And I'd like you to guide you through a simple exercise that's called Stop, Look, Choose. That will give us an opportunity to look at what is, what we're learning, and what we'd like to become. So you can take this tool into your daily life and shift any unpleasant external experiences where maybe our mind and emotion gets caught up in, and reshift it to remember that, yes, you have a million choices of who you want to be and how you want a situation to be. Now, in the book that John just mentioned, Success Blueprint, I wrote up a story of sitting in an airplane, and we were, Don and myself, and I'll give you that as an explanation, to not negate the Maya world, but to use it as a practice ground to experience a reflection of where you really are. So I'm going to start with that story, then go into the yogic breath, then go into an internal exercise, and then come back out, okay? So first the story, just to give you a picture. In that I was asked by Brian Tracy to give a story that exemplifies how consciousness interacts with the holographic universe. So Don and I, my husband and I, were taking people to swim with dolphins. I had written the book Wisdom of the Dolphins, and it's available now in Hindi. You can go to amazon.in and find the book if you type in my name, Ilona Selke. And we were teaching people to tune into the consciousness of dolphins as an example of master beings on this planet in body, and to swim with them, of course, in the wild. So we're flying through Washington, D.C. to Florida, and on our way to Washington, D.C., we were encountering bad weather, and our airplane was not able to land at first. So we were circling over Washington, D.C., Dulles Airport. As we were sitting there, I was reading a book called Time Shift. So as you are probably very well aware of, your focus pulls out of the possibility of the many options the reality that fits you and suits your focus. But what to do when one sits in an airplane, is anxious to get somewhere, like I have to be on time for my seminar, but the doctor next to me says, oh, this happens every summer. The bad weather will keep us from landing. We have to land in another airport nearby in Baltimore, and you will probably not catch your flight and forget about arriving on time. So there is anxiousness. And you might recall moments in your life, right now, yesterday, in the last week, where you might have encountered anxious feelings. So walk with me as you think of a moment, maybe in the last few days, where you've had that unsettling feeling, either something that upset you, made you angry or anxious. Just remember a moment. And so here I was, and I was feeling that way, going, oh my God, we're going to be late. So then I read in the book, is like, time shift is possible. And I said, yes, let's do it. And the work that I teach, and based on the work of Dr. Vern Wolf, speaks about the holographic universe as an expression of your consciousness. So how can I take this moment, or how can you take your moment of what isn't working so well and shift it around to where you can make miracles happen and move into the reality of a fulfilled hologram? Because ultimately, we are in a driver's seat of our focus. So I closed my eyes and I said, I'm landing in Washington, D.C. I'm getting on the airplane. And what I remembered foremost, and this is one technique I want you to remember, is always keep in mind where you want to go. So think of the thing that didn't go so well this last week. And then I will guide you in a moment through an exercise, but then also become aware of what you really want. What is it you really want? If you could have your ideal version of that not going well, if you could just completely forget whether it's possible or not, and pretend for a moment, allow yourself the luxury of shifting outside and become the consciousness that you are, independent of the play in front of you, and just take a moment to choose. Will you take that chance? What would you choose? I will guide you through it in a moment, but I chose to arrive on time. That was my end goal, to be with my group, swim with them, with dolphins. Well, I imagined congratulating my husband, landing in Washington, D.C. I did say, God, make it happen, We land, we touch down, and the announcer says, welcome in Baltimore. Even the little picture shows, the video, was showing that we were flying to, being rerouted to Baltimore, Maryland. So the reality didn't quite reflect my choice. I said, what did I do wrong? And I thought, I had congratulated myself on the success before I had arrived at the moment of fulfillment. So if you think of focusing on the fulfillment, just keep your focus on that. Remember, I'm now landing in Baltimore and I'm going, no. I must have done something wrong. I pretended as if I was in the movie and took back the seat of the soul, the power of I am, and realize that all that is are choices in front of us. And we are the ones who are either willing to receive perfection or the perfection that we're capable of at this moment. And so we have to ask ourselves, what would that feel like? And so I thought, okay, I'm willing to say, if I need to be in Baltimore, let me be there. But if not, I argued with the universe. I said, it's really inconvenient for a lot of people. Rerouting costs a lot of money to the company. Maybe we could just be where we really would like to be. And, some people say, well, are you manipulating the whole world? I want to ask you, when you dream at night, have you ever had a lucid dream? Have you ever had a moment where in your dream you go like, wow, I'm dreaming. I can choose to go, do, be, whatever. I just said, universe, if this for the highest good is possible, I'd like to arrive at my desired destination. We were taxiing to the runway. They opened the door and the person said, welcome to Washington, D.C. The purser comes on and says, oh my God, we didn't land in Baltimore. We did land in Washington, D.C. I was all excited. The doctor next to me was a little miffed because his predictions didn't come through. And that's when I congratulated Don. Brian Tracy decided to take that story because it exemplifies how our identity of what we believe to be true, the mastery of knowing I am consciousness, regardless of the movie. And when I focus my light, like a light bulb, on a screen projector, focuses the light through the film onto the screen will reflect where you place your focus. So I am inviting you, and I want to go deeper into that I am state. I just want to set up the sensation of our focus determines the outcome. Now, whether we are in daily life, we have problems to solve, or whether we wish to become a more kind being, it's always an evolutionary step. The moment we are manifesting our focus to be in alignment with the highest light, that's when we are stepping up to our next level of evolution. But the world out there is not just Maya. It is the Maya that best reflects our current state. So let's not pretend that the world out there isn't experiencing whatever or reflecting to us. Let's make it our challenge to create a beautiful world. And that challenges are designed to give us something to practice. Yeah? So let's close our eyes and practice to focus where we would like to ideally come to. And then I'll take it to a deeper level of the I am state. But as I am, that allows you to realize your power of finding reflection and confirmation of your ability to master this current 3D reality. Yeah? All right, so let's do the yogic breath, getting started. I would like to, can I share screen? I believe I can. Can I click that? Share screen? Yes. And Heaven's Windows, I'm going to share some music. 1 second, I need to share the computer sound with you. And it's beautiful imagery too. I hope that you can hear it. Okay, all right. If you could just close your eyes right now and please come with me on this beautiful journey. As we all do, we create a collective strong field. And let's go into the very center of who you truly are. Okay, take one finger or one thumb. And I'd like for everybody to participate if you can. All right. Okay, thanks. I see this thumbs up. Take one finger if you would like to join me on that and do the alternate nostril breath for a couple minutes because you'll find your meditation to be even stronger in a moment. If you wish. If you don't, it's okay too. And I'm going to be quiet and just let you do your yogic breath, which I don't think I have to explain to Indian people. Breathing in, holding the light, breathing out for 1.5 minutes. holding that breath and bringing in the supra light into your consciousness. And in your mind, go to a beautiful, peaceful place. One that you can imagine or make up right now, or one that you maybe know. And imagine entering this beautiful, peaceful place. And just let your feet feel the ground of your beautiful, peaceful place. And as we are holding our collective thought and bringing it to peace and beauty, let's imagine that all of us are connecting like the stars surrounding the earth. And for a moment, imagine what the earth would feel like to you if you imagined the earth being a heavenly place. As our focus determines what we see, it is up to us to see the kind of earth that we wish to live in. And just for a moment, step into the earth that is like a heaven on earth for you, where everything is in harmony for you with a higher divine force that flows through you. Just take a moment and imagine stepping into that beautiful earth, as if right wherever you are, this earth opens up its gates for you. And I'd like you to think of something that happened maybe in the last week or even today. Anything in your life that did not feel as heavenly as you would like it to be. And I'd like you to just take a step back and look at it. And from the perspective of being pure light, you have the choice to look at what is happening, what is not working so well, and how you feel about that. And then I'd like you to take the liberty to ask yourself what it is that you would ideally experience instead. If you could have the luxury of making a choice, what you really want to experience, be, or express and feel, what would that be? And allow yourself the luxury of choice and make this even more beautiful, irregardless of whether you think it's practical or likely, and allow yourself to think of exactly how you would like to be, to feel, and experience the outcome so that it reflects your true soul's essence. And I'd like you to make that even more brilliant as a feeling, or the light that you experience with it. And step inside of that fulfilled matrix expression, where the situation that wasn't working so well is now beautifully resolved and exactly as you would like it to be. And what colors, what shape, what forms would you experience? What would flow through you as you would experience that fulfillment? And just notice the qualities of energy that you experience within you. And now, journey a little bit deeper into the part of you that is like the brilliant star of consciousness. Letting go of even any concept of time-space, and purely focus into one singular point into this heart of the center of the universe. And as you move your awareness into that singular point, allow yourself to go truly beyond time and space. Notice maybe how others with you here from this group across the planet also are ascending into their deepest, truest core, the soul essence, the brilliant, focused singularity. And think of focusing your core energy towards the center of the divine, that single conscious awareness reflecting to the source and coming ever closer, closer, closer into the source. Offering your heart, your core being to the very core center of all that is. You are that. And allow the source to enter and permeate you as you and it become one. And as you become aware of the core energy of who you are, you're taking a look at the qualities that have shown themselves this year. Who have you become throughout this year? Which parts of you evolved to the next level? And just think of all the things that worked well this past year to express this core energy of you in your life, maybe in particular instances, what worked well? What were the circumstances that helped you and that supported you? Maybe it was nature or people or ways of being. And allow yourself to make a resolution within you to bring that forth into the next year and bring more of that into your life. When were you most alive and in touch with that innermost core of you? And think of the times that were challenging. Maybe one aspect that was challenging this year or currently is challenging. Notice how you feel about it. And then allow yourself the luxury and the beauty of asking yourself how it would be if you had mastered that ability. And it would be beautiful, fulfilling, and everything was perfect. And allow yourself to bring your focus to shape the matrix of time-space to allow this fulfillment to unfold. What would it be like? Just becoming aware of what isn't working, and then allow yourself to refocus onto that, how it would be if it was working. Staying present, fully feeling that feeling and allowing yourself fulfillment. Because the consciousness that you are is pure consciousness. And you have the choice. And whatever you focus on is what you see manifest outside of you. So what is the next mastery you would like to express? Mastering this situation, and let it even be more beautiful than you can even imagine. How would that feel like? All aspects that are expressing themselves are aspects of God manifesting in form. You as consciousness, as pure consciousness, have the choice. What film, what aspect to illuminate, what part to strengthen with your focus of consciousness. And then remember again, just you focusing your attention towards the divine, the center of creation, or however you express it to yourself. What would you offer to the source from the core of your being? Offering your entirety, your pure essence. becoming one with it. All right, allowing the source to touch you and you become one with it. Start taking a deeper breath, bringing that beautiful energy into this room as you're sitting. Knowing that you are a star within the consciousness of the divine expressed in form. And the divine is dancing through you in this form of life. And you are free to choose from the center of your core being. So create a beautiful expression of your divine essence in everything you do, as best as you can. And then start breathing in deeper and gently allowing yourself to wiggle with your fingers, moving your toes, feeling the ground beneath you. Breathing in deeper, bring that core essence into this form, into this room, and just feel, maybe still with your eyes closed, your pulsating core consciousness taking on and bringing that light into all cells of your body. Starting to take a deeper breath. Wiggling your fingers, stretching your arms, your toes, your legs. Bringing that awareness of the resolution of whatever it is that you would like to see become so beautiful that may have been a challenge. Just like when I was in that airplane and it wasn't landing in the right place and I closed my eyes and I imagined it landing in the right place, opening up to see the heaven on earth open up in front of you, so that what you reflect, the I am that, is truly the supreme consciousness reflecting out of the multitudes of choices the most beautiful that you can hold in your heart and consciousness. And so it is.